copy message link. So I'm going to start with questions below that. I'm just going to read through and kind of like talk through stuff as I see people are asking it. And then please feel free to, if you want me to answer something, put it in that marketplace feedback channel over in Meta. And if you're not in the Meta Discord, just type !Meta in the main Discord right now, and it'll drop the invite. Happy to have more people join if they want. Okay, so DRM is digital rights management, so it's just like DRM would be things like a license key or anything like that. We're not going to be putting license keys in plugins or content packs to the point where like it's no matter what we do, people will be able to bypass it. So why even try to do anything like that? People are going to bypass it anyway. So it's kind of the same thing that I deal with because I have premium plugins on Spigot, and I don't put DRM in any of them just because people leak them anyway. It's going to happen. Unfortunately, people are saying like, yes, there likely will be a black market. We will just obviously do everything we can to make sure that it's not happening within any of Minehut's platform. And then also like if there's anything we can do, if we got big enough to the point where Black Minehut got spun up and people were posting things, like we would do our best to like shut that down if we could or something. But like the other thing is like the way that licensing works around stuff in game, like you don't actually own the build, like Microsoft owns the build. So like you can't necessarily copyright a build and like DMCA it if somebody else posts it. Like that's not how the user agreement works. If you read through the EULA. And like same with plugins, like plugins aren't technically owned by they're owned by the person that wrote it, but like there's a whole licensing thing, like black hole that we could dive into that we're just gonna not. But we will do what we can, and I think this is a conversation that we need to have around like if you install a plugin, obviously you can't download that plugin. If you install a world, do we let people download that world, or do we like specifically block that world from being downloaded? If you do a schematic, how do we manage a schematic from being not downloaded? Or like how do we manage it where if you put a world on there, we don't let you download that world, but you take multiverse and copy that world to a different name and then download it. Like it's going to be a mess to try to block all those things. So we'll do our best, and I definitely want to talk about what those things could be, but people are going to bypass it. So it's going to happen. So yeah, whatever we do isn't going to be 100%. But okay, I also don't think like everybody that's in the Meta Discord is or a lot of you guys are scripters. I like think of Minehut as a whole. Like this is not going to be a script marketplace. There will definitely be scripts on there, but I think most of the items will be things like builds, adventure maps, server templates, things like that. Like it's not going to be a million scripts and 2 builds. It's going to be a million builds and 2 scripts. 30, yeah, 30, yeah, and the 30% piece, like I just threw that out there. I think Microsoft does like a 60-40 cut where they literally take 60% and the marketplace creators get 40%. So like, I mean, obviously we'd want to do whatever a better cut would be than Microsoft does, but you're also not going to get the same amount of revenue on Minehut that you would on the official marketplace. So we'll do something that's fair where we're both parties are making money. And yes, it will be. We would pay out in real cash, which is why like then that will start opening up the can of worms of credits can be converted into real money. So we'll need to be careful about that. Someone copied someone's script without knowing. So like in that case, you would be able to submit if you look at the mockups that we put in there, there's like a report button. You'd be able to report it and be like, hey, this person copied this from here. It's not actually theirs. So that's we would we would have systems in place, but it's just gonna be like any other like a Planet Minecraft. You could go post a build that somebody else made. That person would have to come report it or DMCA it or something. So like we'll have a system to manage it, but it's gonna be more reactive. Like it's gonna be hard to be proactive about making sure that copied builds don't get uploaded. Unique ID in the script. Yeah, we're not gonna. And like the other thing is like I don't want to block people from editing these the content packs they buy, because like the ways that I envision this is like it's going to be things like a faction server template, and like you're going to want to go in and be able to you have the build, you want to modify the build to put your own messaging in game. You're going to have like auto announcements in that template that you want to be able to go edit. So like it's not going to be the case where you buy something you can't edit it at all. So like we definitely need to find what that balance is, though. I'm not sure what the answer is yet, but it's definitely not going to be you buy something you can't ever edit anything. You can sell premium custom scripts, yeah. Okay, we can sell scripts. Yeah. Oh, somebody asked earlier about teams. Like, yeah, I don't know exactly how the accounts would work, but you would be like, if a team built something, like we're not going to be responsible for paying out your team. Like, we're going to be responsible for paying out whoever submitted it, and then that person will be responsible for distributing it to each person on their team. We're not going to like, if you tell us that each person on your team gets a 20% cut and there are 5 of you, we're not going to send you guys each a cut. We're going to send it to one person, and that person will then take care of how to disseminate that. But and again though, like it's also going to be just Minehut stuff to start. I think it'll be a bit before we allow third parties to submit, because this is like a huge thing. Like, this is, as you guys can see with just the questions we're asking initially, this is not a small undertaking. And a reminder, if you have questions here, I'm still scrolling through. I'm at I think I'm 20 minutes behind still. I'm scrolling through the messages. Put them in the marketplace feedback channel in the Meta server. I will answer everything put in there. People, yeah, no, this, yeah, none of this violates the EULA. Trying to figure out ways to work a demo, brainstorming, blah, blah, blah. Title had more than 2 lines. Like, yeah, we'll have parameters around that. Do setups need to conform to the plugin limit? So like, I don't know if you noticed, Daniel, but if you looked at the the product page, there was something that was like recommended server plan. So what we would do there is, if like a setup had 13 plugins or more, or maybe even 10 plugins, we'd be like, we recommend you be on a premium one, but hopefully most of them would be able to be installed on the free plan. But I mean, that would be up to the author. Like, if you want somebody to buy your setup, obviously you would want it to be available to more people, and you would want it to have, fewer than the plugin limit. But that's up to the creator. Like, people stuff content packs that are easy to use and conform to free servers will probably sell a lot better than ones that won't. So we're not going to like block them from being posted. I just imagine that they wouldn't sell as well. Can a pack also just be one script? Definition of a pack. A pack could be any piece of a server, I would say. So it could literally be a single script. It could be a custom version of script. It could be a script add-on that's premium. It could be a plugin. It could be a build. It could be a build with plugins that has a configuration that has all the warps and stuff already set up. It could be any combination of any server setup. Um, yes, it would be possible to sell a single file. Though again, I can't imagine that many. I also don't want the marketplace to be filled with just like there's a category of 1,000 scripts that are literally just one file. Like, that's not exciting to new people. I want it to be like the stuff that I'm going to have on there initially for Minehut will be mostly builds and adventure maps and like servers, like server templates. And I'm also going to need people to help me source those. So I don't know. That'll probably be a combination of staff and then just people in the community. What if some advertises a super nice product, but at the end it turns out to be nothing at all? There's going to be a dispute process. So like, I mean, we're obviously going to have some sort of verification process for something to be put up for sale, but things are going to break with updates. They're going to be old, and like things are not going to always work exactly as expected. So like, there's going to have to be a dispute process where, if your thing doesn't work as expected, somebody can get a refund. And like, I think what we were toying with initially is like, after you buy something, you have like 24 hours to report a problem with it, or maybe it's 3 days to report a problem with it, and then we would confirm if there was actually a problem, and then help with the refund. And like, we'll probably end up helping with the dispute process a little bit, but a lot of it we're going to try to pass the purchasers on to the creators as much as possible for support, because that's just going to be too expensive for us to manage. And yeah, we're definitely going to have there's going to be some quality bar that like we're obviously not going to let there be 20 chat format scripts all put up there, or like 20 like on Spigot they have like literally 300 kit PvP plugins. Like, we don't want to run into that. So we'll have some sort of quality control around it. I'm not sure what it will be exactly, and it will likely evolve as we go. Um, as long as it doesn't punish for low prices, people. I mean, yeah, people like I don't know that we'll have a min or a max price, but I mean, like it's a marketplace. People will. Black Minehut coming. I wonder if that's been registered yet. Yeah, people will end up putting stuff that's too expensive. People will end up putting stuff that's too cheap. It's a marketplace. It'll work itself out. Yeah, we're not DRM. I think there are quite a few more scripters and builders probably in this channel, but I think on Minehut overall, and people like I already know a few like the marketplace build teams have expressed interest in being able to sell some content on Minehut. So I know that there will be some higher quality builds put on there as well. So we flood the Minehut community with a bunch of samey servers. Minehut servers even more bland. I disagree. I think it will drastically increase the quality of servers because people will be able to do a lot more from nothing because they'll just be able to go in and like create something pretty easily from a template. Sorry, I have somebody from work's calling me. Okay. Sorry, I lost my spot when Slack just popped up. I'm scrolling back down. I'm at about 3:24 Pacific time, so I'm about 6 minutes behind right now, 7 minutes behind. I don't think we're gonna have like I don't want obfuscated things on there, so I'm probably not gonna allow obfuscated code or scripts. Why would you sell staff in marketplace? No, it's also not going to be about selling like your services. It's going to be selling pre-made things. If you want a quick 30 seconds of what's going on, read the pin message, please. Minehut will be paying people, yes. Buying knowledge, I get paid to teach me how to make a resource pack. Yeah, we're not selling services. We're like somebody could sell a resource pack, but we're not going to sell a lesson on how to make a resource pack. Will people be able to offer their services? No, it won't be services. It will be items. Prices be moderated. I mean, probably somewhat. Oh shoot, I might be. Oh, I think I might have to hop off to a meeting, but let me try to get through these. All right, I'm gonna quick try to get through what's here, then I actually have to hop on a call for work. We're doing a review of the marketplace with the developers. Uploading product to marketplace, a fee. Yeah, we'll take a cut. I said. You won't. I don't think there'll be like an initial fee to be able to post anything. It'll just be we'll be taking a cut of things. Verifying, yeah, like there will definitely be some requirements for paying out credit or for paying out real money. Like you're gonna have to like fill out a tax form or something. And if we're just paying out credits, we might not have to do that. So something that isn't tangible, like a nope, that like yeah, it needs to be a piece of a server setup. It's not going to be an idea. Will I prevent scamming? I mean, like we're going to do our best to review things like before they're posted to make sure they like the description is accurate. But I mean, like stuff's going to happen. People are going to report stuff. We're going to deal with the reports and have to give refunds. Like it's going to happen. Will you be able to sell specific things or miscellaneous things? Again, any piece of a server setup. They will be useless overpriced products. Yes, like those things will just not sell very well and like won't be on like we'll probably have like we'll be sorting things like based on popularity and stuff like that, so they would just get pushed to the bottom more. But like there's going to be stuff on there that's lower quality than some of the other things. We're going to see the same server all the time. I disagree. Like there's going to be a lot of things where like that, like Microsoft just released like a COVID like pandemic response server setup, like adventure map. Like we could put that on there, and then everybody could be playing through this. Like yeah, like it's I think it'll make it easier for a lot of people to make cooler servers as like a starting point. But I think a lot of this is going to be a lot of our players that don't have any reason to pay us right now that are just playing survival for free with one or two people. Like they're going to now download like a survival map or an adventure map or something, and I think that's what a lot of the use will be here. Panel accounts will most likely won't be able to get sold. Yeah, of course, we're not going to let people sell accounts. Sold it for 200. Yeah, cool. Okay, I gotta hop onto a call for work. I will resume answering questions in text in like 30 minutes though. Um, but yes, thank you guys for joining this. I appreciate all the feedback and the interest in here. It's very exciting. I think that with this and with Bedrock users, like the marketplace is huge for Bedrock users, and like we are now a plugin driven marketplace as well for both PC and Bedrock users. I think it'll be very exciting, and like we're just starting with like the actual formal planning of this. We're still a ways off of having this built, but I have to go hop on a call to talk to the developers about how they're going to build it out. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you.